Director Baz Luhrmann brings the F. Scott Fitzgerald classic The Great Gatsby to the big screen. Or does he? There's a lot of talk about this movie. And here with his take, our very own Lights Camera Jackson.
Good day, old sport.
Good day, old sport.
This movie was supposed to be released last Christmas time, but after a 5-month delay due to weather issues in Australia, a 3D post-conversion, and the addition of musical coordinator and producer Jay-Z, we finally get Baz Luhrmann's take on The Great Gatsby. If you're not familiar with Gatsby, maybe haven't read the book since high school, it's set at the height of the Roaring '20s on Long Island. In both the book and the movie, the story is told by Nick Carraway. In the film, however, Carraway, played by Tobey Maguire, is telling his tale to a doctor from inside the mental ward of a hospital and is actually writing the novel. This device by Luhrmann will upset fans of the book and didn't seem necessary. There are only a handful of characters you need to know about. Nick is Daisy's cousin. He's come to New York to work on Wall Street. Daisy Buchanan, played by Carey Mulligan, is a rich socialite who is married to Tom, Joel Edgerton. He's both wealthy and arrogant. He has a mistress, Myrtle Wilson, who's married to George, who owns a drugstore. Oh, I'm leaving somebody out here. Yes, old sport, it's Jay Gatsby. For a while, he's simply Nick's mysterious neighbor, who he hears rumors about, but who no one ever sees, even during the wild parties he throws at his enormous mansion. But then we're introduced to Gatsby. Leonardo DiCaprio embodies the character as a man who has everything in life except the one thing he wants the most. Nick, the ultimate outsider, gets caught up in a high-tempo, unraveling saga with Gatsby, the Buchanans, the Wilsons, and a few others that plays out very much like a soap opera, filled with love, hate, betrayal, power, and revenge.
All right, Jackson, anytime someone messes with a classic, there's going to be some controversy.
Yeah.
That's certainly the case here.
Yeah, I limited myself to reading just the first 2 chapters of the book so I could see the movie without knowing the full story. But I do know that along with the framework of the film involving Nick, Luhrmann does make some other changes to the story that he's getting criticized for. And he's getting ripped for using Jay-Z and modern music that's not authentic to the 1920s, though I enjoyed the music very much here.
What else worked for you?
Visually, Gatsby is stunning. Maybe it's a little too over the top, but hey, that's Baz Luhrmann. All of his films seem to generate controversy and mixed reactions, from his 1996 version of Romeo and Juliet to Australia with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman, and of course Moulin Rouge. But he makes it work this time, and it's tough not getting caught up in this story. The characters are well defined, the energy is through the roof, and the performances are up to the challenge.
All right, speaking of those performances, every DiCaprio movie is an event at this point. Here he takes on one of the most famous literary characters of all time. How is he and the rest of the cast?
He is excellent here. It gives an effective, multi-layered performance, and this must have been a challenging role for him. As a man both larger than life and emotionally fragile. Joel Edgerton also has some strong moments, and Carey Mulligan, excellent here, especially with the scenes with DiCaprio. And Maguire's Carraway is the perfect representation of how we would act if we were put in this situation. You've also got Isla Fisher as Myrtle Wilson and Jason Clarke from Zero Dark 30 as her husband George. This is a fantastic ensemble.
They take us on a trip to West Egg. Okay, with all the chances that Luhrmann took and the changes to the story, this might be frustrating for fans of the novel. What about everybody else?
I think purists are probably going to hate this, most of them, but it's rated PG-13, it's appropriate for teens and up. It's a must-see for students who are currently reading the book. It will definitely make for some lively classroom discussion. Casual fans of the book, or if this is your introduction into the world of Gatsby, it's absolutely worth seeing.
All right, Jackson, what's the grade?
On the official LCJ report card, The Great Gatsby gets a solid B.